All right, so I want to give you an update on chips. This has been amazing. I haven't seen mining this good. I haven't seen a return on investment this good since the days of Wink, early days, 888. This is really incredible what they've got going on here. There has been some issues. It hasn't been a perfect launch, but they've done really, really well, all things considered. First, let's just talk about the negative. They pushed this launch back several times. And then they finally launched on a weekend, which originally they did not want to launch on the weekend. This chat is distracting. Originally, they did not want to launch on the weekend. And the reason they didn't want to launch on the weekend is because there's no way to make major software fixes because all their vendors are out of the office or, it's not during normal business hours. However, they ended up launching they were going to launch on Saturday, and then they delayed it until Sunday, and they finally launched. Now, I said the launch wasn't smooth. I couldn't even get on for probably 4 or 5 hours, and I was trying repeatedly. Those of you who follow my channel know that I was looking forward to chips because I invest using the mogul method in these gaming platforms, and I love that method specifically for the gaming platforms. And so I was looking forward to this, and I wanted to get in first. I don't want to just start mining right away while the tokens were going to be the cheapest, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it looks like the server capped out at about 380 something people. So that was a mess. Now, eventually, after a few hours, all of a sudden it started creeping up. Server capacity started increasing. And when I got in, there's around 400 something people on the server. And I started mining. Now, this is, those of you who know the difference between a decentralized on-chain platform versus one that is centralized, just that uses an RNG. This one is centralized. The benefits of a centralized platform is that it plays really fast, and it just uses the blockchain, in theory, in some cases, as a confirmation for fairness. I don't know if they use a blockchain at all. They may just use an RNG. I mean, they use a blockchain for their token, but for as far as the game playability goes. So the idea is it normally goes really fast. Well, it wasn't going fast at all. It would roll about 4 rolls every hour on the dice game, and you could play with up to 2 tabs, but it would still sometimes time each other out. But it's been like that, and the team knows it, and basically it's just server capacity, launch capacity, etc. They're doing updates right now. The team has been nonstop communicating in Telegram, and haters are going to be hating on there. There's people complaining, but the team really, all things considered, they're pushing out updates constantly. You're seeing small improvements, and they're working their way through everything. Now, ultimately, this is going to be a full-fledged gaming platform. They got it ready to go. They're working on the server issues. They're hoping within the next day or 2 to have everything on the website live. Right now, it's dice, and there's maybe some slots or whatever, but if you're in the U.S., you can't even play that, so it doesn't matter. But it's doing really well. Now, let's talk about the positive. The positive is they are responsive in chat. It is improving. Every couple of hours you can notice there's improvements. More people. Look at this. This is the biggest number I've seen. 29, almost 2,300 people at one time online. That's amazing. The div payouts have been crazy. We got to, I don't know what we got at yesterday total. Well, let's go see. Let's go look at the history. So yesterday we ended up with 10 million TRX in the div pool. Is that right? Yeah, 10 million, 68,000 USDT. Is that 1,000 or one? It looks like one dividend. So Ethan Bitcoin, they're having a hard time. That's what they're working on right now, this very moment. They were just talking about it in chat. People are having a hard time playing with ETH and Bitcoin. So they're working on that fix right this very moment. I don't know if we hit 2 million or not. We were well over a million. As you can see, we're 1.3 million right now, and it's just creeping up. The positives are they've got an enormous amount of, well, the positives are the first payment went out. The payment, we're paid out every 8 hours, and I'll talk about the payment here in a minute, but that's the positive. That was the first payment. Now, the other positive is people were asking me why was some people were saying, what do you know? Do you know the devs? People thought I knew the devs. I didn't know the devs at all for chips. I still don't know them other than seeing them in chat. And I've watched them more since the launch of this, I would only go to the Telegram just to kind of see what the latest news was when it was launching, if there was a launch date, that sort of thing. So everybody was like, do you know the devs? Do you know the project? What do you know about this? Why are you so excited about this? Why are you optimistic? And I'm going to tell you why. Because what I understood, or at least the rumor that I was hearing, is that they had players. Nothing matters without players. I don't care if you have the best looking website, the best performing website on the planet. If you don't have players, it doesn't matter. And mistakenly, most people think that people play because something looks really nice. Some of the best performing gaming platforms in traditional Bitcoin look like crap. I mean, it literally looks like crap. It's not that you would prefer to have a good looking gaming experience, but people overvalue this. It's just like in any business. Sales is all that matters. Well, players is essentially sales in the gaming industry. So when you got players, I mean, they had mega whales. Guys wagering 3,600 USD per wager. 3,800. Last night I saw 4,200 come through. 5 ETH wagers coming through. I mean, it's just crazy. Huge whales, a lot of players, and I had heard that rumor. And that's really what made me excited, because if you have players, nothing else matters. I mean, literally nothing else matters. So that's why I've been excited. And the players have definitely been playing. Looks like we might have had a freeze up here. I don't know if that's on my end or their end. Oh, there we go. Nothing else ultimately matters if you have players. I bet they're pushing through. See how it stopped? They're probably pushing through an update right now, because it will, when you auto roll, when you're using the mogul method and you're mining, every couple hours, every 2 to 3 hours, it seems like they're pushing out an update. And when they do that, your auto roll will stop. Everything will stop. So I'll bet you they're pushing out an update right now. That's a positive. These devs are on top of it. They're doing the best they can. They're actively responding. It's unreal. It's unreal. This is the payout that I'm on track to hit. Let's talk about my return, what I've got in here. So let's just look at history. It doesn't matter about this as much. Let's look at what's actually paid out already. So I came in, and I've got more, but I came in here with about 42,000 TRX. I'm going to ultimately have more than that because I brought some more over this morning. Oh. It's not going to do it. Okay, I was trying to show you. You can back up the video. I'm not going to re-record this video because they're clearly they're having they're pushing through an update. So this morning I ended up with. By the way, we're already on stage 1, level 7. There's 10 levels to every stage. They are mining at a rapid, amazing rate. So here's the thing. This morning, I'll just give you some rough math. I did about. Let me see. I had 42,000 TRX yesterday. That was just over $1,200. This morning I did the math because you get dividends in all 4 of these. My first payout, now mind you, it was the first payout was about, they're supposed to be every 8 hours, but they skipped the first payout time. So it ended up being probably a 12-hour payout. I put in 1,200. I got out. As of this morning at crypto prices, I got out 196. So what's that? 196 divided by 1,200. A 16% payout roughly. I had just over 1,200. So, but just say roughly a 16% payout. And we're having another payout. I mean, I'm on track now. It looks like I'm probably going to be at just over 10% on the next payout from what we saw earlier. So yeah, my whole goal in this one is to mine through. I'm just going to mine nonstop. I'm going to compound, mine. And my whole goal is, I suspect volume will drop at some point, and I suspect it may drop as much as 50%, may drop 40%, could drop 90%. I want to level off at about $10 a day minimum. I want to level off at about $10 a day at its lowest volume points. Now, I'm risking the fact that they're going to stay in business. Everything's going to go well. They're not going to get shut down. There's not going to be any technical itch. That's the risk. This isn't financial advice for you. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So my goal is to settle in. I want to get about, at minimum, I want to have a passive income stream here of $10 a day. If I end up with $20 a day, that would be amazing. But I'm not banking on that because I know more tokens are going to get mined. They are going to launch an internal exchange in here. When they do that, they may slow volume down. It's hard to say what it's going to do. This is very interesting. This could be actually one of the first dApps that we see where they mine through their tokens because there's only 100 million tokens. We're already 7%, and we haven't even been going for 24 hours, I don't think. So or maybe we're just at 24 hours right now. 7% mined in day one. I mean, we could see them mine through their tokens. That could be very, very interesting at that point. So we'll have to wait and see. Hey, thank you so much for watching. This is my update on chips. You can follow me on the library platform. I'll be putting more content about chips on the library platform. I'll put the link down in the description. By the way, be sure to subscribe. I actually have a video coming up tomorrow night where I'm going to be talking about 3 different profit strategies with the mogul method. A lot of people have said, how do you decide what you're going to do and what is your idea? Do you compound? Do you just withdraw? The truth is I do a combination based on what I think is going to happen. So I've got a medium, a low, and a high risk strategy. I'm going to be discussing that on tomorrow night's video. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, and click all so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much. Remember, crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.